2011 Dodge Challenger Mopar. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Altu 2025, your ultimate destination for car reviews and automotive insights. Today, we're diving into a true American classic with a twist, the 2011 Dodge Challenger Mopar Edition. This car isn't just muscle, it's Mopar muscle. With exclusive features and that distinct heritage vibe. From styling to performance, we're unpacking what made this Mopar special. Let's roll into it. To truly appreciate the 2011 Mopar Challenger, let's go back in time a bit. Dodge and Mopar have a long history of collaboration. Mopar, originally known for its parts and accessories, soon became synonymous with performance. In 2011, they decided to push the envelope by introducing the Mopar Challenger. This car was built to pay homage to classic muscle cars while injecting a modern performance boost. Only 1,000 units were made, making this edition exclusive and a collector's dream. Alright, let's see what makes it so iconic. Let's talk design. The 2011 Mopar Challenger wasn't your average Challenger. It was all about those Mopar touches. Starting with the body paint, it came in a sinister pitch black with Mopar blue racing stripes down the center. The bold color scheme made it stand out on the road, giving off that aggressive, unapologetic vibe. The hood scoop is functional, helping with airflow and adding to its intimidating stance. Mopar added 20-inch forged wheels, finished in gloss black, adding to the sleek, blacked-out look. Even the grille was customized with a gloss black surround and a Mopar badge, a detail that shouted exclusivity. And if you look closely, you'll spot unique Mopar emblems around the body. It wasn't about loud badges, it was about understated power. This car wasn't just designed to look good but to turn heads on any street. Step inside, and the Mopar theme continues. Black leather seats with blue accent stitching greet you, and they're super comfortable yet firm, perfect for those high-speed drives. The Mopar Challenger also came with unique Mopar branded floor mats, pedals, and a serialized badge on the dash. The dash itself was a mix of classic muscle design and modern amenities, with intuitive controls, a powerful sound system, and just enough tech without overdoing it. It was built for the driver. The leather-wrapped steering wheel had a thick, comfortable grip, and the shifter was topped with the iconic Mopar pistol grip, a throwback to the muscle cars of the '70s. This isn't a luxury car by today's standards, but it's designed to make you feel connected to the machine. Driving a Mopar Challenger was about feeling the car, not just driving it. Let's get under the hood. The Mopar Challenger packed a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine, delivering 372 horsepower and 400 pounds-feet of torque. But it wasn't just about raw power. Mopar added a cold air intake and a high-performance exhaust system, which boosted engine performance and gave it a throatier growl. This car was rear-wheel drive, with an automatic transmission. Some say they wanted a manual option, but the auto transmission still offered a great experience, with smooth shifts and enough torque to push you back in your seat. The Mopar Challenger hit 0-60 in just over 5 seconds. For 2011, that was impressive for a muscle car with such a bold profile. Mopar also included sports-tuned suspension and heavy-duty brakes, ensuring this Challenger wasn't just fast in a straight line but could handle corners with confidence. Its performance package made it track-ready while keeping it street-legal. And don't forget the upgraded rear differential, which gave it that extra edge for off-the-line acceleration. The sound of the Mopar Challenger is a big part of the experience. Thanks to the Mopar exhaust, this Challenger had a growl that you could feel as much as hear. It wasn't just noise, it was an announcement, a low, rumbling symphony that told everyone you were driving something special. From startup to redline, the Mopar Challenger made sure everyone knew you had a Hemi under the hood. Let's talk numbers. Only 1,000 of these Mopar Challengers were ever built, making it one of the rarest Challengers. The exclusivity factor wasn't just a marketing gimmick. Every Mopar Challenger came with a serialized badge to prove it. As a result, its value has held up well among collectors. If you can find one today, expect to pay a premium, because these cars aren't just rare, they represent a slice of Mopar history. The Mopar Challenger was about more than specs, it was about capturing a spirit of performance and exclusivity. It's not just a car, but a piece of Dodge's performance legacy. For Mopar fans and muscle car enthusiasts alike, it's become a collectible icon. Many Mopar Challenger owners describe the car as a love affair with the road. It's not just the power or design but the total experience of driving it. Unlike modern muscle cars with advanced tech, this Mopar Challenger offers a raw connection to the road. Owners often talk about the car's unique personality, and many refuse to part with them. They say the experience can't be replicated, not even by newer Challenger models. So, what do you think of the 2011 Mopar Dodge Challenger? It's a beast that combines nostalgia, exclusivity, and serious muscle. If you're a fan of Mopar and looking for a piece of American muscle history, this car definitely fits the bill. Let us know in the comments, say, would you drive one of these classics, or are you leaning towards something newer? Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into iconic rides. This has been the Cars Update. Thanks for watching. Let's rewind a bit to understand why the 2011 Mopar Challenger is so significant. Mopar started out in the 1930s as Chrysler's parts and service brand, but it didn't take long for it to become synonymous with high-performance upgrades. By the late 60s, Mopar was all about performance. They provided engines, transmissions, and all the goodies needed for drag racers and muscle enthusiasts. The 2011 Mopar Challenger represented a sort of homage to that golden era, built with the DNA of classic muscle but enhanced with modern touches. Dodge and Mopar wanted to create something unique, so they made this version limited to only 1,000 cars worldwide. Each car was built with a unique van to show that it was part of this limited production, adding even more value and exclusivity to the model. For Mopar and Dodge, this wasn't just a car, it was a piece of history. And for collectors, it's a rare gem that holds a special place in the muscle car timeline. The Mopar Challenger didn't shy away from its aggressive styling. The black and blue color scheme wasn't just a color choice, it was a statement. Mopar Blue has a special place in the hearts of enthusiasts, and on this Challenger, it really popped. From the blue racing stripes that flowed down the hood to the subtle blue pinstriping along the side, everything was meticulously designed to evoke Mopar's iconic branding. The functional hood scoop was more than just a design element. It added an extra dose of aggression to the front and enhanced airflow to the engine, aiding in performance. Those forged 20-inch wheels were finished in gloss black, giving the car a cohesive, mean look that screamed muscle. If you saw this car in your rearview mirror, you'd probably want to get out of the way. Mopar didn't stop there. The grille was blacked out, too, with a sleek, gloss finish that was unique to this edition. You'd find the Mopar logo in places only real fans would notice, like on the fuel door and around the taillights. It was the little details that made this car special. Everything on the exterior was designed to communicate exclusivity and performance. And at the back, you'd notice that Mopar equipped it with a dual exhaust system that looked as mean as it sounded. Step inside, and you're greeted with a world that blends nostalgia with modern performance touches. The seats were done in black leather with blue stitching, a subtle nod to the Mopar heritage without being too in your face. These seats weren't just designed for comfort, they were crafted to keep you in place during those high-speed corners. One of the standout features of the interior was the pistol grip shifter. Inspired by the muscle cars of the '70s, this shifter wasn't just functional, it was an experience on its own. Mopar fans know that the pistol grip is more than just a gear selector, it's part of Mopar's iconic legacy. Looking around, you'd find Mopar branded floor mats, pedals, and even a serialized plaque on the dash to remind you that you're sitting in something exclusive. The dash layout had an old-school vibe, but Dodge kept things intuitive, adding a powerful sound system, easy-to-use controls, and just enough tech to keep you connected without overloading you. It was a simple but effective blend that worked well for drivers who value the road experience. Now for the best part, A performance. Under that aggressively sculpted hood sat a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine. We're talking 372 horsepower and 400 pounds-feet of torque. And while it may not sound as powerful by today's standards, in 2011, this car was a force to be reckoned with. The Mopar Challenger was built for the road, and thanks to the Mopar tuned cold air intake and high-performance exhaust, it was just as much about the experience as it was about numbers. The engine had a distinctive roar. When you started this car, it made itself known, a deep, growling sound that only Mopar could deliver. The automatic transmission was smooth but responsive, giving you plenty of power without needing to work too hard. Some fans wanted a manual option, but the automatic worked seamlessly with the V8. making it easy to tap into all that torque. The sports-tuned suspension and heavy-duty brakes made this Challenger more than just a straight-line powerhouse. It could handle corners better than most muscle cars. Thanks to the enhanced rear differential and Mopar-tuned performance upgrades, this car didn't just handle well for a muscle car, it was a real track contender. Even with its hefty build, it felt planted and responsive on turn. Let's talk about that sound. The Mopar exhaust wasn't just a performance upgrade, it was a personality booster. From idle to redline, the Mopar Challenger produced a sound that was deep, throaty, and unmistakably aggressive. This wasn't just exhaust noise, it was an auditory signature. You could feel the rumble in your chest, making it impossible to forget that you were sitting in a real piece of Mopar machinery. This Challenger had a voice that couldn't be ignored. And it wasn't just about loudness, it was about character. The Mopar exhaust had a unique tone that Dodge and Mopar fans will recognize instantly. It's one of those details that made driving the Mopar Challenger so special. Every time you stepped on the throttle, you were treated to a symphony of raw V8 power that turned heads wherever you went. This Mopar Challenger was more than just a car, it was a collectible. With only 1,000 units produced, it quickly became a sought-after model for Mopar enthusiasts and muscle car collectors. The serialized badge on the dashboard wasn't just a number, it was a symbol of rarity. This car represented a blend of heritage and modern muscle, making it highly valuable in the resale market. If you're lucky enough to find one today, it's likely priced at a premium. Why? Because the 2011 Mopar Challenger isn't just a Dodge Challenger with some upgrades, it's a piece of Mopar history. This car has earned its place as a collectible icon, something that only becomes more valuable with time. For those who bought one in 2011, it's not just an investment but a unique part of the Mopar legacy. Let's hear from the fans and the people who own and cherish these Mopar Challengers. Owners often say there's nothing quite like it. The driving experience isn't just about power, it's about feeling connected to the car. Many have described it as a love affair with the road. The Mopar Challenger wasn't just fast, it had character. Unlike today's cars that are filled with electronic aids, this Challenger was about raw, unfiltered driving. You had to respect it, and in return, it gave you an unforgettable experience. Some owners refuse to part with theirs, and those who have often say they regret it. The 2011 Mopar Challenger has a personality that's hard to replicate. It's not just a car, it's a memory machine. Something that makes you feel part of something bigger every time you get behind the wheel. So, what's the final word on the 2011 Dodge Challenger Mopar Edition? It's a masterpiece of muscle, a blend of power, design, and history. This car was built with the Mopar spirit in mind, and it lives up to that legacy. If you're a Mopar fan or just someone who appreciates the raw appeal of American muscle, this car is something special. The sound, the design, the power, it all comes together to create an unforgettable experience. Drop a comment below. Would you take this classic Mopar beast for a spin? Or are you more into modern performance cars? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Altu 2025, and turn on notifications. We'll be back with more in-depth looks at iconic rides. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.